Something is not adding up, and once you notice it, you really cannot ignore it. Apple is getting ready to launch the iPhone 18 Pro Max, but the way they are doing it feels completely different this time, and if these latest leaks are true, this could be the beginning of a totally new strategy for the iPhone lineup. So before you even think about upgrading your phone this year, you need to understand what is actually happening, because this might turn out to be either one of the best upgrades in years or one of the easiest ones to skip. For a long time, Apple followed a very simple and predictable pattern where every iPhone launched together in September, creating one big moment, one big wave of excitement, and one clear choice for buyers. But now that pattern is breaking in a very noticeable way. The most trusted reports are now confirming that the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max are still coming in September, which sounds normal at first, but the standard iPhone 18 is being pushed far ahead into 2027, and that is a massive shift. This is not just a delay, it is a clear sign that Apple is changing how it wants people to look at its products. The Pro models are no longer just better versions of the same phone, they are becoming the main focus, the main attraction, and the real headline devices. When all the attention is focused on the Pro lineup, Apple can build more hype, create more demand, and control the conversation in a much stronger way. And it does not stop there, because there is another device quietly entering the picture, the iPhone Fold, and instead of launching it alongside the Pro models, Apple is expected to release it later in the year, possibly in December. So now instead of one big launch, Apple is spreading everything out across the year, with the Pro models in September, the Fold in December, and the base iPhone pushed into the following year, which means Apple can stay in the spotlight again and again instead of just once. Now when we look at the iPhone 18 Pro Max itself, this is where things start to get really interesting, because at first glance it might not look like a huge upgrade, but the real changes are happening in the areas that actually matter in everyday use. The biggest example of this is the camera system, where Apple is finally introducing variable aperture, and while that might sound technical, the idea is actually very simple. For the first time, the iPhone camera will be able to physically adjust how much light it takes in, instead of relying only on software. In darker environments, the lens can open wider to capture more light and improve detail, and in bright conditions, it can narrow slightly to keep everything sharp and balanced. This is something you usually see in professional cameras, and it means your photos will look more natural, with real depth and better lighting instead of artificial effects. This is the kind of upgrade that you may not fully understand at first, but once you start using it, the difference becomes very clear. At the same time, there are strong rumors suggesting that Apple could move to a 200-megapixel camera, although not all sources agree on this, and some reports still point towards an improved 48-megapixel sensor. But the important thing to understand here is that Apple does not chase numbers for marketing, it focuses on real-world results, so whether it is 48 or 200 megapixels, the goal is better detail, improved color accuracy, and faster image processing, which is what actually matters when you take photos. Moving to the front of the device, there is another change that you will notice immediately, and that is the dynamic island becoming smaller. This time, we are not just guessing, because there are leaked prototypes and accessory designs that clearly show a reduction in size. The height remains similar, but the width is noticeably reduced, which means more usable screen space and a cleaner overall look. It might sound like a small adjustment, but when you use your phone every day for watching videos, scrolling, or gaming, even a small increase in screen space can make the experience feel much more immersive. At the same time, this also confirms that under-display Face ID is not ready yet, because the sensors are still visible, just arranged in a more compact form. Apple is clearly focusing on refining what already works instead of rushing into completely new technology before it is perfect. Now when it comes to battery life, which is something everyone cares about, the upgrade might seem small on paper, with the iPhone 18 Pro Max expected to have a battery between 5,100 and 5,200 mAh, but the real improvement is happening behind the scenes. Apple is introducing the new A20 Pro chip built on a 2nm process, which is a major step forward in efficiency, meaning the phone can deliver better performance while using less power. When you combine that with Apple's new modem and internal optimizations, the result should be noticeably better battery life in real-world usage, with more screen time and less need to charge throughout the day. And then we come to one of the most exciting and futuristic features, which is satellite connectivity. Right now, this feature is limited to emergency situations, but Apple is planning to take it much further with the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Instead of just sending emergency signals, the phone could support real communication through satellites, including messaging and possibly even calls. Imagine being in a location with no network coverage at all, no signal towers anywhere nearby, and still being able to stay connected. That is a huge step forward and could completely change how we think about mobile connectivity, especially for people who travel or spend time in remote areas. Finally, when we look at the design and colors, Apple seems to be making a subtle but important shift. Instead of bright and playful colors, the focus is moving towards deeper and more premium tones, with one of the standout options being a dark red finish that looks more like a rich burgundy rather than a bright red. Alongside this, we will still see the classic colors like black, silver, and gray, keeping a clean and professional look. Overall, when you put everything together, it becomes clear that Apple is not trying to completely redesign the iPhone this year, but instead is focusing on refining the experience in ways that actually matter, including better camera control, a cleaner display, improved battery performance, and smarter connectivity features. And the real question now is whether these upgrades are enough to make you upgrade, or if it is better to wait, because in the next part, when we break down the full specs, performance, and comparisons, your decision might completely change, so do not go anywhere.